They tried to kill me. They failed. But I will have my revenge.
Hello and welcome to Legacy of the Shadow Lord Explosion Network's after show, where we're discussing each and every episode of Maul, Shadow Lord. My name's John Blight. Joining me to discuss this week's episodes, Ashley Hobley.
Hey, Don, excited to be here and to get inquisitizing.
It is an inquisiting episode. Episodes. This week, we're discussing episodes 5 and 6. They were titled Inquisition and Night of the Hunted. The synopsis for Inquisition was simply Captain Lawson faces a sobering new reality, while Night of the Hunted was pushed to their breaking point. Our heroes have no choice but to run. What did you think of these two episodes which saw Inquisitor Marrok show up and make his debut?
Yeah, really good. I mean, the action in these few episodes really great and fun to watch. Again, I feel like we didn't take a massive leap forward in like the overall plot, but I'm enjoying the pacing so far. It's interesting seeing, I don't know, these people kind of realize what the Empire is actually like for the first time. Especially Lawson's kid, who's like, it's the Empire. Like, yeah, you don't know, understands, yeah. And then seeing the Empire kind of come into a place and take over, is interesting. So,
yeah, still very good. I think there's just so much action and fun to be had with this show. Because I went from, I think each week it's just quickly become. Like some past Star Wars shows, like recently stuff, it's like, oh, I'm keen to watch it, enjoy it, whatever. But it's sort of become Mondays is exciting now to like generally excited to sit down and watch the show because each week is just every episode or two episodes always so action packed and there's always like, I don't think there's been. I know you keep saying like we're not moving along. I just feel like I'm such a like this show just seems to be like flying along to me. I'm like, we're not spending any time fucking around. And I say it every week that we sit down and talk about it, but it's crazy to me. Really, and again, it's just how much lightsaber action and jewels and stuff that we're getting. It's not like we're saving these big fights to key episodes or spreading them around. It's like nearly every episode you're seeing someone light up a lightsaber, and yeah, it sort of makes for exciting television watching each week at the moment. So that's really cool. My couple notes, I guess. First things here was, before I forget to mention it, I think in that second episode, it may be the first time we've ever seen a stormtrooper react to another stormtrooper being put under a Jedi mind trick.
yes, but I feel like the calling out stormtrooper was like watching from the distance. So it was kind of weird that he didn't. Like he was watching him do that, which is the flaw. If somebody sees you do that, they're like, "But you didn't show them these credentials,"
Well, I just took it as like he couldn't overhear their conversation, but he saw that the other stormtrooper was like talking to him, and then he just let them go, and that's why he comes over and is like, "Why do you let them just go without showing you ID?" Because he clearly saw them not show him ID, but he didn't hear the conversation.
Yes. Then it was like still confused for a second there, and then yeah.
Well, he's like, "Well, they did show. No, they have. Yeah,
but they're free to go.
Yeah, they're free to go." I thought that was a funny little interaction because as soon as that happened, I'm like,
the classic
situation. Yeah. I'm like, I don't think we've seen something. I don't think anyone's done that bit before, like even in any of the comics or anything I've read before. So I thought that was a bit of fun. Swinging back a little bit, what did you make of the Empire's, like the way they just showed up and just threw the bottom of the heel straight onto everyone? You know,
Yeah, it's
even telling two boots, two shoes, whatever his name is, to change those boots.
Dylan, I'm afraid to admit this. I didn't realize he was wearing two boots. I thought it was just his name. You know, it's like his name is designation to BTS or whatever.
No,
it was just like that. But no, he's actually wearing boots. I hadn't noticed this entire time.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at these droid feet enough, apparently. But yeah, I had a bad feeling as soon as that lieutenant walked off that ship. I'm like, I'm gonna hate this guy, and I was right. You know, what a piece of shit. Pretty much a butt kissing, imperial dog. You know, so yes, they succeeded in making them very not likable at the start, which puts Maul in an interesting position morally, where you as the audience like, which is worse, Maul or the Empire? And it's
well, I think the interesting thing about the show is, I guess it's doing at least, I think, a good job so far of weirdly setting up that it's making sure to always keep that the Empire is the worst of all of these things. Is like the Empire is always going to be the worst. It's like everyone watching it, we know Maul's a bad guy, and everyone involved knows Maul's a bad guy, but there's still this element of like,
is he the most bad guy?
Yeah, is he the most bad guy, especially in his new
adversary?
Yeah, but like he's not working for the Empire or anything there. He's just trying to run a criminal enterprise.
He is just trying to get some revenge.
Yeah.
And make some money for his Mandalorians.
Some classic old school revenge. Talking about that, did you? We see a little interaction of two Mandalorians not being particularly happy with the way events are playing out. Do you think that's a tease for something to come, or was that just a one-off?
No, that's just we still want to get paid. There might be something down the line. If they don't get paid in a while, they might turn on him or whatever, or escape. But I don't think that's like a tease to any other property. You know, it's not going to be like, we're going to go back to Mandalore. You know.
No, but do you think they're going to try and turn on Maul potentially, or are they dumb enough to?
I don't think they're dumb enough. Like, no, we'll just leave. You know, we can get work elsewhere. We could be like some sort of bounty hunter or something. I think there might be some demand for Mandalorian bounty hunters.
Who's to say? Obviously, the big character for these two episodes was Marrok showing up. What did you make of him? So, because my whole thing is, I think the second he shows up in the first episode, appears out of the shadows and has that very threatening, just straight up, tell me everything you know. Like he's not a showboating Inquisitor. He's not here to play around. The fact is to get straight to that. The fact he shows up at the house straight away. You have the scene of him going around, looking at all the lightsaber jewel marks and stuff like that. They make sure to show that to build him up as being smart, having a little bit of, I guess, a detective side or investigative side to him, as well as being formidable enough to go toe to toe with Maul. I think they're doing a really good at building him up, but I guess my thing is, in a world where he is as threatening and everything that we know he's being shown off here, does it take away from an element of him knowing that he's going to survive all of this because he dies to Ahsoka in the Ahsoka TV series?
Yeah.
And he lives, we know he lives through this entire era of the Empire, never dies, that lives through it all to show up in the Ahsoka TV series and duel Ahsoka where she's the one who kills him in live action.
Well, that just means that he lives, right? So thus he's more of a threat because he's going to survive. They can't kill him. We know they can't kill him, so to a degree, he is more of a threat. But I'm sure a lot of people probably didn't realize it's the same character.
Well, you don't get a lot of him in his appearances in that, and they've already shown more.
It's not like he goes, "Hey, I'm Marrok. I'm going to be in Ahsoka in like 50 years' time."
Yeah. So, but what do you make of his like him in this? As
He's
far as
he's a serious
Inquisitor?
threat, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think he's clearly able and that kind of stuff, and that makes everybody else look good, especially when he's fighting Devon and Maul and Old Man. You know, definitely putting up a fight with all of them. So, and he's clearly clued in, like that he realized that Lawson probably was going to be connected to either Maul or some sort of other element straight away, and followed him back to his house. You know, probably tells you that this is a smart guy.
There's still an element when he's dueling Devon and he like leans over, is like, "Tell me where Maul is." I'm like, "You're smart, dude, but like, why do you think she's hiding Maul? She's a jet, like
she's
talking
a
to a Jedi."
Well, maybe he thought they're chasing Maul, and that's why they fought in the factory. Clearly noticed it was more than one lightsaber wound, I guess. Or it'd have to be fighting a lightsaber to get those kind of marks on the walls and that kind of stuff. So maybe he thinks that she would know where he is because they're tracking him down. He wants to take him out instead, or capture him, or whatever. So I assume that's the recent rationale behind that one line.
And then him at the end, where he's talking to someone, they do a weird not wanting to reveal who it is, because I guess there could be a couple options. Like, but I mean, presumably it's either Darth Vader or Palpatine.
Yeah.
I mean, which one do you think we?
They don't answer that either. Anybody else, right?
Well, you got the Grand Inquisitor, but I would have to double check the timeline to know if he's still
around
at this point, because I can't remember exactly. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Vader would make sense, like, because it is. Oh no, I guess it'd be Palpatine, because Maul's his apprentice. So
yeah, so maybe it's Palpatine. So do you reckon we'll get a Palpatine / Ian? Whatever, I can't remember. Yeah, that guy. Mental blank on the actor's name. Sorry. Yeah. Do you reckon we'll get an appearance from him?
McDiarmid?
Yeah, it's McDermott or McDiarmid. However you say it.
McDiarmid. Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do you reckon we get? I never really thought about it if we would get Palpatine in this, but I mean, it would make sense given the relationship and history with him and Maul. I don't think he's going to come down to the planet or anything, but I guess for him to make a holographic appearance in the series going forward wouldn't be too weird.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting that, you know, it's clearly established that Maul's on the revenge path, but is Palpatine just too big to attempt a revenge mission on?
No, because I guess like the whole thing with Palpatine is still, you know, rule of two. His old apprentice lives, so he has to die, or he should remove him to follow the proper procedure, I guess. You know, he literally has Anakin kill his Count Dooku because he wants him replaced with Anakin. So he has to remove him. That's why, like, Dooku dies, you know?
Yeah.
So. And then, you know, I really thought for a split second, because I know we talked about the Inquisitor's lightsabers and stuff before, for a split second, and it's not like Maul hasn't faced Inquisitors before or anything like that, but there was like the moment where the Inquisitor lights up his spinny saber and then Maul activates the other side of his dual saber, and there was like a moment there where they like took a breath and stared at each other, and I thought Maul was going to drop a one-liner about his blade being better or some zinger. But then they said nothing, and I was like, "Oh, missed opportunity." I would have taken a Maul zinger there. I would have been okay with it.
I know. Does Maul do zingers?
No, he doesn't. But if ever there was a time for a Maul zinger,
it's you fucking kids copying me, something like that.
Yeah. That's what I would have been down for. Wonder how the rest of that train ride played out with Devon and Maul and the
stuck
kid
in the middle of the train tracks.
Yeah, wonder what they
between
talked
two
about.
stations.
Yeah,
probably how the hell are we going to get out of this situation? Or it's more to pay. Do you want to come be my apprentice? You know. Yeah.
I mean, he's just playing the long game with Devon. This whole comes in, saves her at the last minute, gets to present himself as the hero, and he makes sure to say, "Now you see who the face of your true enemy is," or whatever the line was. So he's just slowly presenting himself as, I'm not like, I am bad, but I'm not
that bad.
Really bad, you know, like not bad in the way that you view me as, you know. So the true bad guys, the Empire, and I guess I guess her turning point, because there was always a thing of like, oh, you go into the series and a couple weeks ago assuming that's like, oh, Maul kills her master and that could like push her to the dark side, but then we've sort of seen that play out before in variations of that storyline. So I guess it would make more sense now. I'm thinking if the Inquisitor the Inquisitor, because that connects it to the Empire. Yeah, so then she wants revenge against the Empire, and Maul wants revenge against the Empire. So suddenly they're more
aligned in their goals. Yeah, that's what I was thinking during this episode as well.
Yeah,
although there's still hopefully the same possibility that she doesn't become his apprentice. Yeah, for her sake, you know,
it's possible, but I'm gonna. I don't know, because we got 2 weeks left. I know that's 4 episodes, but it's just like I'm viewing them as 2 episodes left, basically.
It's hour chunks, yeah.
Yeah, it's hour chunks. I'm assuming, like, if we get to if that's probably gonna, I guess, happen in the last 2 episodes, if it's ever gonna happen at this point, surely. And then that's where they could go with the second season. Devon's journey down the dark side, revenge mission sort of thing. That would make more sense, I think, at this stage of the story. And the path we're headed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any other things from this episode I'm touched on?
No, just it was a really cool action sequence. Them getting away from the Empire, stealing the ship, crashing the ship. You know, trying to get away, getting in contact. Paul Lawson, wants to go home, and then he finds these two in his apartment, the worst possible time. So, and then, did you get the impression Lawson's kid was like, Twilight's pretty pretty?
Yeah. He's doing a little bit of flirting there, I think.
Yeah. Awkward.
Yeah.
Teen awkwardness,
but it's a bit of fun. We don't have enough romance in Star Wars, I think,
No, definitely not.
No. So I'm down for some more.
It never ends well.
It doesn't, but that's fine. All right, that'll do it for this week's episode. Of course, let us know your thoughts on these episodes or any thoughts and theories you have. ExplosionNetwork.com/follow takes you to all of our social media channels. If you want to support the show on Explosion Network, ExplosionNetwork.com/support. And until next time, keep them sabers swinging.